Ever wonder why some people always earn respect effortlessly? They're never interrupted. Their time is never wasted. So what makes them different? And what do they have that you don't? I'm about to tell you something that's going to make you angry. The reason they get respect isn't because they're smarter, richer, or more successful than you. It's because they know one psychological trick that you've never been taught. A trick so simple, yet so powerful, that once you understand it, your entire life will change. Someone cuts in front of you in line and you say nothing. A friend cancels plans last minute for the third time and you just smile. Someone takes credit for your idea and you let it slide. You know what you're really doing. You're training people to walk all over you. But here's the part that's going to shock you. The people who never deal with this aren't avoiding it by accident. They're using a dark secret about human psychology that Machiavelli discovered 500 years ago. A secret that separates people who command respect from people who beg for approval. What if I told you that being liked is actually making you weak? That every time you try to please everyone, you're giving away your power? That the harder you chase approval, the less people actually respect you? This isn't feel-good advice. This is raw psychology that works every single time. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some people naturally command rooms while others disappear in them. Why some people get listened to while others get ignored. And most importantly, how to become the person who never gets disrespected again. Are you ready to stop being everyone's backup plan and start being their first choice? Now I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. Respect over approval. Number 1, the hidden weakness of being liked. Every single person who's walked all over you, dismissed you, or treated you like you don't matter, they all have one thing in common. They knew you needed their approval more than they needed yours. Think about it. When was the last time someone truly respected a person who was desperate to be liked? Never. Because desperation has a smell, and everyone can sense it from a mile away. What happens when you make being liked your priority? You become predictable. People know exactly how you'll react. They know you'll smile even when they insult you. They know you'll agree even when they're wrong. They know you'll show up even when they don't respect your time. And once you're predictable, you become disposable. The harder you try to be liked, the less people actually like you. It's backwards, I know. But think about the people you truly respect. Are they the ones constantly seeking your approval? Or are they the ones who seem completely fine without it? The truth is, people are drawn to those who don't need them. It's human psychology. We want what we can't have, and we dismiss what comes too easy. When you chase approval, you're literally making yourself less valuable in everyone's eyes. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." He wasn't talking about being a tyrant. He was talking about the psychology of respect. Fear here doesn't mean terror. It means consequences. When people know there's a cost to crossing you, they treat you differently. Look at the people who command real respect in your life. Your toughest teacher, your strictest boss, that friend who always tells you the truth, even when it hurts. What do they all have in common? They don't need your approval to feel good about themselves. They have boundaries, and they enforce them. Meanwhile, the people pleasers get walked on, overlooked, and forgotten. Because when you make yourself available to everyone, you become special to no one. The people who benefit from your need to be liked don't actually respect you for it. Deep down, they see you as weak. They might use nice words. They might smile to your face. But behind closed doors, they know you're the person they can count on to bend over backwards for scraps of attention. This is the trap that keeps millions of people powerless. They think being nice and agreeable will earn them love and respect. But all it earns them is being taken for granted. Because respect isn't given, it's commanded. And you can't command anything when you're on your knees begging for approval. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose power. Number 2, the dark power of respect. Now that you understand why being liked is sabotaging your life, let's talk about what really works. Respect, not fake politeness. Real instinctive respect that makes people think twice before they mess with you. Respect is built on one simple principle: consequences. When people know that crossing you will cost them something, they don't cross you. When they know they can walk all over you without pushback, they do exactly that. Most people get this wrong. They think respect comes from being impressive, successful, or talented. That's admiration. Respect comes from knowing you won't tolerate disrespect. When someone disrespects you and you do nothing, you're teaching them that disrespecting you is free. But when there's an immediate consequence, they lose access to you, your time, your help, your presence. This is why the nicest people often get treated the worst. They've trained everyone around them that bad behavior has no consequences. They've made themselves safe to disrespect. Once you're safe to disrespect, respect becomes impossible. Flip the script. Make it clear that your time, attention, and energy have value. When people know disrespect comes with a cost, everything changes. Machiavelli said that people will treat you exactly how you allow them to treat you. No better, no worse. Respect is self-reinforcing. The more you demand it, the more you get it. The more you get it, the easier it becomes to demand it. When you demand to be liked, you give others control. When you demand respect, you keep control. The most respected people don't beg, they don't explain. They simply refuse to accept disrespect. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My worth isn't debatable. Number 3, the psychology of control. Every interaction is about control. Who controls the conversation, the relationship, the outcome? And if you don't know who's in control, it's not you. Approval seekers give control away. Every time you change yourself to be liked, you hand someone power over you. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you give up control. People who don't need approval keep control. They speak their mind. They set terms. They don't negotiate their self-worth. Approval addiction is dangerous because it hands other people the remote control to your emotions. When you don't need approval, you become psychologically untouchable. You stop performing. You become unpredictable. And unpredictability is power. When you stop chasing approval, manipulation stops working. Your decisions get clearer. Your relationships get real. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I control my worth. Number 4, the addiction to approval. Your need for approval isn't just a habit, it's an addiction. Compliments trigger dopamine, and like any drug, you need more over time. People learn this fast. A little praise can make you do almost anything. Work late, lend money, ignore disrespect. People who don't need approval can't be controlled this way. Validation is cheap to give and expensive to depend on. Approval addicts wear masks. Confident people stay consistent. Breaking this addiction is uncomfortable. You have to be willing to be disliked, misunderstood, criticized. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My validation comes from within. Number 5, Machiavellian rules to command respect. Speak less, act more. Never chase approval. Stay calm under attack. Remain unpredictable. Enforce boundaries swiftly and silently. These aren't tactics. They're a way of life. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am unmovable. Number 6, scarcity and distance as power. Always being available makes you invisible. Scarcity creates value. Selective presence creates respect. When your time becomes limited, people treat it like gold. Distance creates curiosity. Curiosity creates respect. The less you explain yourself, the more powerful you become. Some people will disappear when you stop being easy to access. Good. Those weren't real relationships. What remains is respect, clarity, and control. Your confidence rises, your stress drops, your power returns. This isn't about becoming cruel, it's about becoming strong. Machiavelli said it's not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. Your worth comes from what you refuse to tolerate. So choose, be liked or be respected. Drop this final affirmation in the comments. Respect is my birthright. In a world full of people begging to be liked, the person who doesn't need approval holds all the cards. There's something else you need to understand about respect that most people never realize. Respect is not loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't argue. It doesn't explain. It simply exists. When you walk into a room with self-respect, people feel it before you say a word. They adjust their behavior automatically. They lower their voice. They listen more carefully. They choose their words, not because you demanded anything, but because your presence carries weight. And that weight comes from one thing: your willingness to walk away. Most people tolerate disrespect because they're afraid of loss, afraid of losing friends, afraid of losing opportunities, afraid of being alone, afraid of conflict. But here's the paradox. The moment you become willing to lose people, you stop losing yourself. People respect those who don't cling. Think about it. Why do people test boundaries? Because they want to know where the edge is. When there is no edge, when everything is allowed, when nothing has consequences, people push endlessly. But when someone realizes, if I cross this line, I lose access, the testing stops. This is why silence is one of the most powerful responses you can ever use. Not passive silence, not fearful silence, but deliberate withdrawal. When someone disrespects you and you calmly remove your attention, you send a message more powerful than any argument ever could. You say, without words, you don't have access to me like that. And that message echoes. Most people talk themselves out of power by over-explaining. They try to convince others to treat them better. They argue their worth. They negotiate respect. But respect cannot be negotiated. It can only be enforced. This is why powerful people rarely explain themselves. Explanation signals doubt. Silence signals certainty. Another uncomfortable truth. People don't rise to kindness. They rise to standards. Kindness without standards is weakness. Standards without cruelty is strength. You can be calm and still be dangerous. You can be polite and still be untouchable. Dangerous doesn't mean violent. It means unexploitable. The moment people realize they cannot manipulate your emotions, guilt you into compliance, or pressure you into self-betrayal, they stop trying. And something strange happens. They start respecting you, not because you asked, but because you changed the rules. Here's where most people fail. They enforce boundaries inconsistently. Sometimes they speak up. Sometimes they stay silent. Sometimes they forgive. Sometimes they explode. This inconsistency teaches people to keep trying. Consistency is what creates reputation. If you tolerate disrespect once, you invite it again. If you tolerate it twice, you normalize it. If you tolerate it long enough, it becomes your identity. But when your response is always the same, calm, firm, immediate, people learn quickly. No drama, no speeches, just consequences. Another layer of power most people ignore is emotional economy. Ask yourself this: who reacts more emotionally? The person who has options or the person who doesn't? Emotional reactions usually come from scarcity, from fear of loss, from attachment. The less you need someone, the calmer you become around them. And calmness is intimidating. When someone insults you and you don't flinch, they feel exposed. When someone tries to provoke you and you smile slightly, they lose control. Because they expected power over you, and they didn't get it. This is why emotional restraint is not repression, it's discipline. You feel everything. You just don't give everyone access to your reactions. This is how you reclaim power in conversations. You pause before responding. You speak slower. You say less. Silence forces others to reveal themselves. Most people talk to fill space. Powerful people let space work for them. Here's another truth people won't tell you. Being respected will cost you comfort. Some people will call you cold. Some will say you've changed. Some will accuse you of being selfish. That's the price of no longer being controllable. But notice who complains the loudest. The ones who benefited from your lack of boundaries. Their discomfort is confirmation that you're doing it right. Respect filters your life. It removes users. It exposes manipulators. It strengthens real relationships, because the people who genuinely care about you will adjust. They will respect your limits. They will meet you at your level. Everyone else fades away. And that's not loss, that's alignment. One final principle you must understand. You don't rise to the level of your confidence. You fall to the level of your boundaries. Confidence without boundaries is performance. Boundaries without confidence is fear. But when both align, you become unshakable. This is when people stop testing you. This is when your presence commands attention. This is when respect becomes automatic.